chapter 10.4, now I'm adding, subtracting, and dividing my radical expressions. Remember, when you're adding and subtracting, you always want to combine your like terms. So let's first look, we're in our chapter review, page 767. Let's first look at number 44. It says 6 times the cube root of 3 plus 2 times the cube root of 3. And what I must do is add these. It says add, right? So for now, what I would like you to do is pretend like the cube root of 3 represented a. And the cube root of 3, same thing, represents a. So this is saying 6a plus 2a, which would be what? 8a, right? They have the same like terms. They both have a, so 6a plus 2a is 8a. So in the same way, 6 times the cube root of 3 plus 2 times the cube root of 3 is like saying 8 cube roots of 3. This is now the base. You want your base to be exactly the same. My base are exactly the same, so it's like I'm saying, how many cube roots of 3 do I have? Well, 2 plus 6 is 8. Good. Number 46. Now it says the cube root of 27x to the 4th power. What is going on with my pen? 1 second. Let's see. All right, let's try that again. 46 says the cube root of 27x to the 4th power plus the cube root of xy to the 6th power. So I want to add, which means I need to have like terms. So the first thing you want to do is simplify. You have to simplify. So you're basically putting together all the properties you learned before. So let's see, the cube root of 27, that is just 3. Remember, x to the 4th? Well, 3 goes into 4 how many times? Just once, right? So that means x to the 1st is coming out. 3 times 1 is 3. And what's left over from 4? Just 1. He has to still be on the inside. So let me do this off to the side. This is from the previous sections. This is like saying the cube root of 3 raised to the 3rd power, x raised to the 3rd times x. The cube root and the 3rd powers cancel out. The 3 and the x come outside, but this x, he can't cancel, so he's still on the inside. Plus, let's do the same thing. This x is raised to the 1st power. There's nothing I can do here, so he's staying. But y to the 6th, 3 goes in the 6 2 times, so y squared comes outside. And the only guy that's left over is x. So now notice that you have the same nth root. It's same x inside the square root. Therefore, you have like terms. So you keep the base, just like before, and you add you add the coefficients. So 3x plus y squared. Keep the base, just like before. This is the base. And then you add the coefficients. These are not like terms, so make sure you're using parentheses. Alright, number 50. Now it says simplify using the quotient rule. So I have the 4th root of 3y to the 5th power divided by 16x to the 20th. Well, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and see if you can rewrite everything so it's raised to the 4th power because it's the 4th root. So I have the 4th root of, well, the 3 I can't touch. Y to the 5th is like saying y raised to the 4th times y divided by, well, 16, let's see. 16 is like saying 2 raised to the 4th power. 4th power. And x to the 20th, that's like saying x to the 5th raised to the 20th. Remember, 4 goes into 20 how many times? 5. That's where the 5 comes from, and you raise it to the 4th power. And you can easily check your work. 5 times 4, isn't that 20? Alright, so anything raised to the 4th power is going to be canceled with the 4th root. So cancel, 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 cancel. So he's coming out, and he's coming out. But be careful, the y is on top, the 2 is on the bottom, and x to the 5th is on the bottom. So y over 2 x to the 5th. And who's still on the inside? Well, 3 and y, and on the bottom it's just 1. Everything came out, so that was y over 2x to the 5th times the square root of 3y. Oh, I'm sorry, not square root. It was the fourth root, right? So let's not forget, it's still the fourth root. Okay, that's number 50, and then last one is number 54. You have the square root of 200x to the third y squared divided by 2x to the negative 2y. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is put your square roots together. Remember, if they're in individual homes and they're the same root, they're both square roots, you can put them under 1. So this is 200x to the third y squared divided by 2x to the negative 2y. And then go ahead and simplify if you can. Well, I have 200 divided by 2, that's 100. X to the third divided by x to the negative 2 makes it x to the 5th. And then y squared divided by y is y. I need you to verify that you got the same answer for these. That's very important. It comes from Math 101. Now remember, this is a square root, so now I'm going to write everything as if it's being squared or raised to the second power. So I have the square root of 10 squared, x squared to the second power times x. Because remember, 2 goes in the 5, 2 whole times is going to be squared, because that's a squared, and what's left over? Just 1x times y. And then cancel everything that's raised to the second power with the nth root, which was the square root. So these cancel, so the 10 and the x squared comes out, so I have 10x squared, and the x and the y stays inside because they did not cancel. Alright, that concludes chapter 10.4. Let me know if you have any questions.